Gertie Dorismond is a micro-entrepreneur. She makes her living buying clothing in Haiti's capital, Port-au-Prince, and then reselling it in her small village. Last September, after 4 successive hurricanes pounded many parts of the country, she lost everything.
The water came down the mountains and destroyed everything. There was nowhere to go for shelter except churches and hospitals. I lost all my belongings, including my merchandise.
Tens of thousands of people like Gertie were left with nothing. Their homes and crops were destroyed. Looking back today, Gertie realizes 2 things saved her from disaster: a quick infusion of cash sent by her sister in Miami and an emergency loan, both made possible by Fonkoze, Haiti's alternative bank for the poor.
With the hurricane loan from Fonkoze, plus money I already had in my savings account, I was able to buy new merchandise to sell again.
At the branch in her small town, Gertie tells the loans manager, before becoming a Fonkoze member, she worried about being robbed each time she received remittances from her sister in the US. But now, with more than 40 branches reaching into rural communities, Gertie and nearly 200,000 other poor Haitians have the security they need.
We're really making every possible effort to reach the very poorest people. And so we actually believe there is a staircase out of poverty, but it's a very, very difficult staircase to climb. And depending on what step you're on, that's going to dictate what kinds of services you need.
Climbing a staircase out of poverty can be challenging in a country where 80% of the population are unemployed and nearly half live on less than $1 a day. For many, the only opportunity they have to improve their lives comes from the remittances they receive each month from abroad. Nearly $1.9 billion in remittances flowed into Haiti last year. If just a small portion could be saved or invested in micro-enterprises, it could become a motor for local development, according to Anne Hastings.
Remittances are the lifeline. And so from the very beginning, that was on our agenda. How are we going to tackle the problem of facilitating remittances and lowering the cost at the same time?
One option is with this credit card, which was funded by the UN agency IFAD and the Inter-American Development Bank. For just $6 a transaction, Haitians working abroad can send up to $2,500 home.
If you're going to send $2,500 home, you're likely to pay $250 with any of the other money transfer services. So now you can get that much money home for $6.
Providing microfinancial services to those sending and receiving remittances is helping to improve rural economies. Natalie Isidore runs a small business, not unlike Gertie's. With assistance from Fonkoze, she formed a solidarity group with 5 close friends who borrow money together. They're also part of a larger credit centre devoted to developing the local community.
What we're doing is trying to create small economic communities. So we want Haitians living abroad who come from that community to be sending their dollars home so that jobs can be created and businesses can be created.
And as more businesses and jobs are created, more rural Haitians like Natalie and Gertie take one more step up the staircase out of poverty.